Alright, what's up YouTube? This is N7 Valiant over here, and now we're gonna go over an attempt to try and clear the 80th floor on Tower Validation, Hero Mode. And reading a post on Reddit, it did suggest one strategy using the probably overlooked Warrior main character. So the build with this one is gonna focus on Rage Rush as your awakened skill, and then as a secondary skill you use Shield Strike, which is going to, it's your bread and butter for stunning the boss. I'm not 100% sure what makes this strategy all that unique. I suppose I'll find out later, but just eyeing it, I suspect it's going to be Rage Rush's Awaken effect, which is a 75% chance of instant death on an enemy, and if it kills the enemy, then your cooldown resets and you can use it pretty much immediately again. And this skill seems pretty good too. It's a stun, the full duration of which seems to be applied to bosses as well, like it says here. 12-second stun, pretty good. Cooldown 18 seconds. So I have full strength equipment and of course dual cooldown reduction on both weapons. Got my attack speed earrings. I don't believe it's 21, so yeah, it's the best you can get outside of the coin shop right now. So yeah, plenty of defense, plenty of attack speed. I should be able to spam it well. The rest of the party is ToV, which before the keys were released, as I understand it, she was the best PvE unit as far as DPS goes. And you got Teal, of course, for her mass stun as well. That helps a lot. Plus, she does a lot more damage to stunned units, so that adds up real nicely with the Warrior doing the stun. The original strategy recommended the Angel Kaimel. It's the one who is the paladin deity that revives the entire party when she dies. And for DPS, I picked Bell Snow. You could probably use something better like Fulson if you happen to have him. And it's just in previous approaches, you basically try to crowd control with maybe like a sheep mage or something, but as I understand it, that doesn't exactly work on the boss, and it's really the boss that kills you. So stun is usually preferable, although it's not perfect. But I can sort of see the logic behind this. The Rage Rush will kill these units which have an absurd amount of health, even for the fodder. So I assume the ability to just instantly kill them flat out is what makes this potentially a great move. But as you can see, I'm using Helios instead of Kaimel because I don't have her. But I don't anticipate that to be a big downside, mostly because Helios gives more of a damage buff on her passives. So let's just take a shot over here. Probably gonna want manual control over your main character, just so, because the general idea is you target Graham with the stun first, and then you pick off his minions later when he's stunned. So just, of course, use Shabelle as a helper so she can revive your party. And let's give it a shot. Might take a couple attempts. I don't think there's a way to completely eliminate the randomness out of the game, but you try to come as close as you can. I'll hopefully be able to try this maybe 5 times. Alright, done. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna turn on auto for the next floor. I don't think the other floors require that much strategy. So, again, basically, you stun Graham, the main boss, with the second skill, and then you use the first skill, Rage Rush, to pick off his followers. Starting with Turk, because she can crowd control your units, and then Captain Fulson, because he does a crap load of damage, and then Pada next. And after you take out Pada, it seems like those 3 units are required. If any one of those 3 are alive, then he'll have like an invincibility on the boss. And of course you take out Mercedes because she's the healer. You don't want her to undo your damage. And that was actually pretty easy. Did it first try, no problem. It's a hell of a lot quicker and easier than anything else I ever tried. I've tried Sheep Mage, I've tried a Magnify Priest, I've tried a Paladins with the second skill is an area of effect stun. It stuns everybody, but it doesn't seem to be quite as potent as the warrior, probably because it doesn't stun quite as long, and there probably is a pretty decent chance of failure. Several times throughout that fight, I did hit Rage Rush, and apparently the units just didn't die. It's nice when it actually hits, but it's not a guarantee. Although when it does hit, you can, just immediately switch over to another unit and just use it again. But yeah, hopefully watching this video helps show you this particular strategy, and I don't think it's quite as strict as far as unit requirement goes. You do have, I think it is recommended that you use fire support formation, and as you can see from the formation list, the main character, the warrior, is placed in the back position where they have the attack speed boost. And if you combine that with Helios and the dual cooldown reductions, you should be able to basically keep Graham permanently stunned. I know it wasn't exactly perfect in that matchup, but it was like pretty damn close. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever actually cleared it on the first try, mind you. So I think it's pretty safe to say that this strategy is pretty solid. Takes the randomness out of the equation, so you don't have to keep spamming 100 or 1,000 tickets just to try to clear that one floor. But yeah, I will leave a link in the description to the Reddit post in question, which should give you the precise skill setup. If you want to take a look at the passives, basically put it all into attack and then defense next, and then I just put one little point into Berserker. That's basically how I had it set up. You can probably try something different if you like, but yeah, this is pretty good. Now that I actually pay attention to this, almost 4,000% damage is like basically a multiplier you usually see on a Transcended unit. So this is actually pretty good for an Awakened main character.